okay. Doesn't really matter if you're old and gray. It's alright, I say it's okay. Listen to what I say. It's alright, doing fine. Doesn't really
This is Rob Smith. It's September 7th, 2025. And we're going to do a little drawing here. I'm going to do some drawing. You do whatever you'd like. You can tell me what you're doing. I'm very tickled that you're here. I did put a little music. Okay. I was going to want to do something here. And I've got this. Oops. I've got this here. Okay. Waiting for the live to pop up. If it does, we'll soon find out. First, to admit, I'm a little tired. Yesterday was a very long day. Am I going live? Yes, looks like it. Okay, good. All right, so let's try. Today is my Amber's birthday, and I thought I would do some drawing about that. And I've got pens, and let's go. I'll move this. I gotta wire my way. I'll move that out of the way. Here we go. I think the light's okay here, isn't it? Okay. All right. Okay. We used to, when Amber was little, we used to, she's 41 now, so she's not the wee child being, holding her hand walking across the street. Now we get to a corner, I don't hold her hand walking across the street. I just get to the corner of the street and push her. Now she can go across herself. Doesn't need me. And we used to sing a song about the monk and about the monkeys on the, hold on, I've got multiple sounds going on here. Maybe that's a little loud considering I'm speaking so low. Yeah, maybe I'll just turn that off or turn it way low. So we used to, and hold it to make sure I'm watching to see if anything happens here. Actually, I should put this up here so I can see it a little better. There we go. I can see it better now. All right. I used to draw Amber in a lot of stuff I did. See if I can do that. I've not tried drawing Amber in a while. As a little person, I drew many of her young folks, or urchins, as you may want to call them, just a few weeks ago. Probably drew that when I was too big. If you're drawing someone young and you draw too big, if you draw, never mind, I'm too tired. I'm a little more out of it than I thought. Got a lot of rest, but it was a long day. And I'll share a little bit of what I got yesterday. If you know about the song of the monkeys on the bed, 5 little monkeys sitting on the bed. One fell off and broke his head. Well, at some point along the way, he started calling Amber the monk. Granger. Worked for the city of Orlando. We worked in the engineering department, and we did a lot with or members did things with Grangers. We didn't directly. Well, maybe we did. I don't remember. I don't think we did. Yes, I should have put more distance between her and the bed, and I didn't. Just went and got some ice cream with my friend Marguerite Kavanaugh, who celebrates with me other birthdays involving young folks. Maybe I'll put some. I thought I had a gray marker. Maybe I don't do that. Let's hold it and I'll put it down. Completely disappeared. Something else. Maybe we'll try something I picked up yesterday. I went to Five Below, and they had some markers. Hold on. Oh, here's the gray marker that I was telling you before. These and those. I was curious about trying them out. Maybe this is a good time to do that. Just that. So these were $5. That's pretty cheap. I wanted to give them a try for $5. So here we go. Oh, that's not the end I want. I'm not a big marker person. I all clickety clack stuff makes me nuts. It's a little darker than I like. But then again, I don't use markers. Okay, add some other color to this, see what happens. Oh gosh, look, that thing's cutting off. I didn't realize I was so far out. That's how we did this before, didn't we? There we go. And if you are watching, get a chance to click the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Come on tomorrow. I've got to figure out another schedule. It's been extremely productive especially last week. But I need to do something a bit different. I haven't figured exactly what I'm going to do about that yet. Oh boy, that's. I just made a mess too. Hold on. I just dumped it all out because. Hold on. I got to put them all back. What this does kind of an orange, I think. Mm-hmm. Hold on. Look at this at a side angle. I don't know. What do you think about that? I think they have things like blenders, but I don't know what those are. This does. I had 2 sets, and I picked up this one. No, it's like a brown, but that may work here. Ooh. That is strong. Yeah, wrong colors. Oh well. See if I can find that pink I just had. Well, that's all I got in the way of everything else. It seems look like it's even darker. I do have another set of these rolls are $5. It's a lot of pens for $5. I can do something with those. So you can bring that down. But I have some other things I was going to draw too besides this. But oh, this is two-sided also. Oh, this has a brush. Oh, they just don't want you to open it. Yeah, there we go. See if this works. Oh, hello, Tony. Oh, Tony. Okay, so I spoke to the guys over at the convention thing. They're going to get back with me. This was his first convention since he bought the one from Tom, and he was very upset with the amount of people there. I tell you, when I was last there as a guest, I swear there were far less people there than there were yesterday. So I think yesterday was successful. He didn't think it was successful enough, but I know they did enough PR. I think it's a reality about the comic industry. By the way, Tom Ropp and I were talking about the omnipresent comic conventions that are spreading throughout Ocala over the next few months. Tom's big concern, he will be at the Equestrian Center one, and he's concerned how they're going to pull that off. I'm very interested in how they might pull it off. So that should be very, very interesting. By the way, also let me know when I thought I put the dates of your meetings there at Fort McCoy, and I don't see them in the calendar. I think I wrote them down on something. So let me know when the next. I think you had said 2 a month, and I forget what the days were. But I will be there at, I think, the second one, not the first. Anyway, so we the owner, whose name I forget, and his wife both ended up working with him both about something else involving getting lunch for the other artist guys there. But we spoke about it. So we'll see what happens. But it's a possibility in January in Daytona Beach. But I'm interested in going to the one at the Equestrian Center. I don't remember if Tom's going to be at the one at the mall or not. He was concerned about the mall one, and then there's another one still. There's two in September, one in October, and one in November. But anyway, we'll see what happens. So we are possibly in. We'll find out. I haven't heard anything more about Silver Spring Shores. This is my stepdaughter, Amber. Today is her 41st birthday. And I bought these markers at Five Below in just outside D-Land, south of D-Land. I thought for $5, what the hey. Big old thing. I'm not a marker guy, but I figure what the hey. I mean, this is 28 markers for $5. That's really too cheap. But, well. What do you think? Are you still here, Tony? Or do you, I just didn't say all that. No one knows what I'm talking about. Well, maybe Tony did leave. Okay, what else? Yeah, well, I think I understand why after talking to them yesterday. They are just over their heads. They just didn't understand how hard this is. Events, I mean, it's hard enough for you to do the meetings you have for Fort McCoy, but to do a convention like that with so many people, so many moving parts. For example, the artists were there. By the way, I met Pat Broderick for the first time, and I always wanted to apologize to him because when I was a Florida chapter chair of the National Cartoon Society, he was on the list, but for somehow either I don't know if I contacted him, he didn't contact, whatever reason, we never communicated. So I apologized to him, even though it's a dead under the ground thing, because as far as I know, there's not even a Florida chapter I'm pretty certain there's no Florida chapter anymore of the NCS. Everything melded into the Southeast chapter. But anyway, he was. It was funny talking because we were all talking how at one time we were all youngsters and now we're all gray haired and mostly bearded. But yeah, that was yeah, Bill Black, Broderick, Crowther. Who else was the artists that were there? Another fellow I don't know the name of. He was working. He was there with Bill Black. Very good. He's out of actually lives in Ohio. But anyway, that's what's happening there. Don't worry about it. I'm handling it. Hopefully, we'll have a spot. And I forget which are you going. Which ones are you going to in Ocala? Second Tuesday. Oh my God. Is this the second Tuesday coming up? No. All right, so this coming Tuesday. Well, maybe what time is that on Tuesday? One thing I've got to change something. I got the entire Swampy book done except for the cover. I need to do that, but the rest of it's all done artistically, except for maybe a few little pieces here or there. So all that needs. And I may do that this week. But the problem is I haven't moved. And 3 weeks, I had actually lost 10 to 15 pounds. I've regained it all. I just weighed myself an hour, a little over an hour ago. It's one of the heaviest I've been. I've got to get rid of this weight. So I have a reason to want to go out toward Fort McCoy or out to the Florida Trail and hike a little bit. Then I can go to your meeting afterward. And that's the Brick City Comic Con is at the mall. Okay, I'll try to see about being there. I do like we were all talking how we do like the one that was at what they call the Daytona Beach one. I got some cool stuff. Look at this. I got this Richie collection of Richie Rich, and it's really small. I was showing this to a couple of different people here, and it's really small. It's very hard to see. That's the unfortunate. Because it's actually smaller than a comic book, believe it or not. A little too shorter. But what a great bunch of artwork in it. This is a ton. Where's all this artwork today? Wonderful artwork. That's a neat little car. Oh, it's at the. Oh, okay. When is that then? Is that the one? Is that the one in November? We're looking at possibly being at the one in January. I was telling the fellow I'm sorry, I don't remember either of their names. I could get them if I wanted to. I'm going to be trying to get back with John Crowther here, hopefully by early October. I want to his law office. He's a lawyer. His law, and he also does wrestling comic books. He writes them. His office is in a historic place in Orange City, and I've been meaning to go there for years. So I'm definitely going to make a trip there. I just don't know when. Anyway, I need to exercise. So if I go to your meeting Tuesday, I could go exercise, maybe in the forest or someplace. I just need to walk. Maybe I'm thinking alternating days, working on artwork one day and walking. Otherwise, I can't be gaining all this weight. Not my age. Isn't this wonderful? $5. So what are the dates? Oh, I was at Brick City, wasn't I? Is that twice a year? And I was at the one in the spring, isn't it? This whole thing was $5. What it was the fellow had a warehouse or a storage room, much like I do, full of all these books, and he just wanted to get rid of them. And so he paid $5 for paperback and $10 for hardcover. I also got this. I actually got 2 copies of this now. One to give away. And it's the Tolkien years of the brothers Hildebrandt. This is where I was first introduced to Greg and Tim Hildebrandt. My English teacher at Edgewater High School, Mrs. Romai, had, in fact, that very painting was in the calendar she had. I remember it because that's a heck of a painting. That's a heck of a painting. And that's the first time I saw it. Little did I know within about 6 years, I was going to be my teach one of my painting teacher was going to be Greg Hildebrand, and then I would also model. This is before me, but I modeled for some of his paintings. Quite a number of us at Kubert. Well, a few of us at Kubert did. But I remember this too. This is also the cover of a book. Great work. I mean, he's just incredible. But this is how I was taught and how to use color and light. I may, the little drawings of which I have here, I try scanning them and I was showing them around yesterday. I may have to digitally color those to sell them and make prints because I scanned them and they don't look good scanned. See, you get when you do subtleties like like this right here, with this guy holding this little guitar looking thing. If you scan it in with a scanner like I have, a lot of the stuff disappears. You have to have a really very expensive scanner to really get all those details. You have to do it at a high DPI, and that's tough. And there's my problem. I'll tell you, I wanted to buy a lot more from the guy, but I realized I don't have the space. And I really have, what am I doing? This is all I bought there. I was going to buy anything. I bought no comic books. I don't think I even looked at any. But that was a good deal. I have a whole bunch of stuff. I am. Now this I happen to know for a fact is way, way, way underpriced. In fact, he has $15 on here. These Juliet Jones by Stan Drake are I haven't opened them up yet. They're in plastic and sealed, but Drake was the epitome of that. He knocked this stuff out for a daily comic strip. It was extraordinary, impossible, in fact, but he did it. His ability, especially drawing ladies' faces, as you can tell, he was one of the top guys ever to do this sort of thing, and especially at the speed. Bob Oxner's another one. But Oxner didn't do comic strips, really. He did a ton of comic books. Anyway, this is a collection of a bunch of Heart of Juliet Jones. I think I've seen these for sale for 50, 60, 70 bucks. Of course, I got them for $5 each. I have not opened them yet. I just got back. I got back late last night. I got a lot of rest, but I am exhausted. And I got more. We can get together and show them to you. I got a collection. I'm not a Jack Kirby fan, but this was $10. This is thought to be one of the best books done of Kirby, by Mark Evanier. But this is basically like an IDW thing, with includes pencils, real high quality printing of pages. Very, very nice. And these are printed from the original pages themselves. But for $10, wow. And there's some of their pencils in here too somewhere. Find the pencils, because that's what I like most. I mean, look at this page, Your Dreams, The Strange World of Your Dreams. Imagining doing a strip like that, a comic book like that. Imagine your dreams as a comic book. Yeah, that should scare anybody. And here's on the bottom, we will buy your dreams. This is from 1953. So that's wow. These are all printed from the original pages. And that's what I liked. There's Boy Explorers. When I read the biography of Joe Simon, it gets into how they were at one point in the early 50s, around 1950 or so, starting doing all these comic books involving groups of children. And they had Space Kids and, of course, the newspaper boys. I forget what they were called. Yeah, here's a pencil drawing. I love that. Really well produced too. Again, this was $10. And so here's some portraiture by him. Really, really nice. Just great. Just a great Newsboy Legion. That was it. Anyway, for $10, that's extraordinary. I think this is selling. I've seen this charge sell for a lot more. I could have bought more, but I didn't. I really held my. Oops. I just had a whole bunch of stuff on the floor. Let me get that off the floor. It's not a good place. Oh, I got Richie Rich, and there was also a collection of hot stuff. which is, I think that's in the car right now. Okay, what else? So I was talking about Amber Louise and her birthday. Amber's had a rough time of things. Yeah, that was really a good deal. So I guess I'll see you Tuesday. I was just talking. Where was I? I guess at the ice cream shop. I was telling somebody about going. No, no, no. It was somebody outside the Walmart neighborhood center I stopped at, and we're talking about going to historical place. I was talking about Fort McCoy and where the library is, and I told them about your place and all the things around Fort McCoy. But that library is pretty. I said she had her. They're raising money for something. I don't. Amber has a part, and it's the same part basically she had when she was little. And if you think about it, your part you have in your hair or don't have is exactly the same as it was 20 years ago or 30 years ago. As soon as I hear more, Tony, about Daytona Beach, and I wonder if I will. They sound very. The wife sounded like she's the one with her head most on her shoulders. The husband sounded quite distracted by everything, as he was described to me as look for the man with the eyes like the deer, like deer in the headlights, and they were right. He was just so lost and confused. They need more help. That's I didn't know that, but I basically helped anyway because everybody was supposed to get lunch and no one had arranged anything, so they're trying to find out what to do. And anyway, I helped get that kind of put together so they could all get some food, some victuals. John Crowder is a nice, really great guy, fellow fellow native. In fact, as noted, Kathy Bailey went to school with his mother, his parent, his father or mother, I forget, mother, I think, in New Smyrna Beach. Yes, I could go to the Fort McCoy grocery and get some food over there. By the way, someone doing a meal is the Anthony Women's Club. They're doing a meal on the 12th, but I'll be in Winter Park on the 12th. I won't be there for it. They're doing spaghetti dinner. Just so you know, Tony. Amber's got 6 children. Well, actual children under the age of adulthood. Okay, this coming Tuesday. This coming Tuesday. It's the second Tuesday. just talked to Amber, and they're all making a meal together, which is a lot harder than you can possibly imagine. I will be going live here, but I'm not sure what days yet. So it looks like right now, Monday, Wednesday, it'll be Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's it. I have a caricature to get done too. I need to get that done. I'll be doing that one of the days. So this is her young daughter, Aaliyah, with too many A's. This is Mason. So she just turned 4 on the 1st, and he will turn 6 on I keep thinking it's October. It's November. It's in November. And this is Alex, who'll be 13 in January. I can't get all 6 in. I've got 3. These are 3 youngest. All the rest are older. She's currently working at Salvation Army in Mount Airy, a thrift store. Yeah, the caricature I'm doing is going to be in color. It's a fellow named Nick Adams, who's a speaker. Yeah, he should be much bigger. Actually, I could fix that. She still juggles the older ones, too. Corey. Joe, who he's reminding me of actor, as the way he's caring. He does a lot of work caring for himself. He's reminding me more and more of the actor John Lunn. It's very kind of a. I think it was wearing his hair front like that. I drew. Oh, you can see if you're on my Facebook page, you can see drawings of Corey. I think Austin too. No pictures here, so I'm just making this up, as I like to do. But having all these is a lot to do, as all of these younger ones will learn as they reach 41. They'll think back, how did she do that? That's a good question. And these two will be on the 24th of this month. What? I'm forgetting. He's 20, right? And he'll be 24. So there you go. Well, there's not a lot of folks here. We're going to thank Tony for being here when he was. Again, I should ask him to click the thumbs up. But if there's nothing else, I may go ahead and pull the plug. I admit I'm feeling really pokey right now, just tired. And maybe, so I'm talking about coming back live tomorrow. Then Tuesday, I still want to do something live, I want to make sure I'm drawing every day. Yesterday I did draw. I drew a horse. That's all I drew. I was at the comic convention for actually the wife and husband and wife own the con now. So she got a drawing of a horse. I did. But I want to make sure I draw every day. A little better than that horse. So hopefully I'll figure out something tomorrow. Maybe I'll come back and do something late. All right, I'm going to go ahead and pull the plug right now. And maybe come back next Sunday at 7 p.m. Hopefully. I don't, actually, all my Sundays are the ones looking clear right now. I only have one Saturday that has something, and that is this coming Saturday, the 13th. But I still may do a live the night of the 13th over Facebook. We'll see. All right. Well, I have more to share, but I'll do it another time because I'm tired. I'm gonna lie down, I think. All right. Y'all take care. I'll talk to y'all later. Rob Smith, have a good night and take care. Oh, by the way, all these music in the back is all with the mandolin orchestra out of Astoria, which you can find on Facebook here. I'll talk to you later. Robert Smith here. Take care. Bye. Good night.